Hey guys, so I want to show you some different push-up variations that you can do at home, because right now we're all kind of stuck at home and push-ups are such a good exercise, probably one of my top favorite exercises to do for multiple muscle groups. So this is a great exercise that isn't just for your chest, you can even get a good back workout with it. So let's get into it. Number one, we're just going to start with basic on the ground push-up with a close grip position. The reason why I like this one so much is because it's going to be the foundation to all your push-up exercises. Number two is we put a ton of engagement on the tricep when we keep the arms close. We also can get really deep range of motion with these, so we can use something like a counter for at home to get even lower into those push-ups. So for this one, just hands, if you have a mat, on the inside of the mat or right below the shoulder. That's a good indicator of where your hands are. If they're out here, as you can see, my shoulder isn't over the wrist. So keep them close, and then we go up into that position. Keep a tuck at the stomach, not letting the butt arch out. Tucking them in, and then twisting with the hands. What we want to think about doing is engaging the hands so that they're not just loose. Think about twisting the ground or corkscrewing without actually doing it. And then we're just going to go all the way down. Dropping down, elbows stay in close, not letting the hips sag. Keep them up. And then you're going to drop all the way down if we can, touch, and then push them back up. And that's a basic, easy, good push-up. Now, if we can't do those because they're too hard, go to the knees, same thing. Too hard, we can just go to the knees, same thing, all the way down, because full range of motion is important. And then just stop there, and then that would be done. So you're just working on the down part of it. Remember guys, full range of motion, super important. So if we need to, you can't do a full range of knee push-up, and it looks like this, start doing them like this, and just try to hold until you're all the way down on the ground. Now I'd say that's my number one push-up that I would start with, especially if you're just starting with those. So, number two, what we want to do is now we're going to switch our hand positioning. Now this is going to make the push-up a lot different, because if our hands are just in front, like this, we're putting a lot of engagement on the chest, because we're internally rotating, which activates the chest more. And you can feel it. Do it at home right now, guys. Internally rotate. Now externally rotate and try to squeeze your chest. You're not going to be able to as much. No matter how much I try, I can't get the engagement as I do when I'm internally rotated, right? So what we want to do now is shift those hands and externally rotate. Now what is this going to do? It's going to emphasize your back. So now I'm actually getting a back workout with a push-up. So twist the hands out, just like so. And we'll do a couple of regressions, so we'll make it easier. With this one, we might want to go a little further outside of a mat, so a little wider than you normally would. And then you're just going to lean forward, so it's almost like the hand is behind the shoulder. And these are called pseudo push-ups or pseudo planche push-ups, but to make it easy, it's an externally rotated push-up. Lean forward, and then bend the elbows, same position. Protracted shoulders, squeezing the stomach, and then dropping down. As low as we can, full range of motion. Tap, pressing back up, push, squeeze the chest, and you'll get a ton of engagement in the back. And while I'm here, I'm thinking about that same thing, rotating the hands out and engaging my back muscles a lot. Now we can do that same thing. We're on the knees, dropping down, keeping those elbows to the side, nice and close, and they'll go out just a little bit. And you'll also feel a lot in the biceps too, because again, we're rotating the hand out, going down in that position, which we're going to get a ton of activation in the biceps. All right, that was number two. So, number three, what we want to do with number three is grab something that we can use. Now, this is good for a progression or a regression. So we're going to do incline or decline push-ups. Now, the reason why I like this one, and it's on the list, is because upper chest, lower chest. So when you're doing something above your head like this, you're going to get a lot more of that upper chest engagement. And you can do it right now at home, and you won't feel as much engagement at the bottom of your chest. So what you want to do is switch how you're positioning your arms. So if I start pushing down as if I was doing a dip or something, then I'm engaged engaging more of that lower chest muscle. So with here, I can do that same thing. If I have an incline bench that I can use, even if you're real good at push-ups, with this one, now you can see my hands are kind of angled down towards the ground. So I lean in, they're not straight in front of me. So this is a really good way to be able to get that lower chest. So then same thing, this bench is a little close. I could go a little wider with my hands, but for the sake of right now, we're going to keep those shoulders down, squeezing the stomach, and then elbows going in. Touch, right back up, and feel that squeeze at the top. Really bring everything together, and you'll feel that in the chest because you're squeezing rather than just going up and being haphazardly about it. We want to go up, squeeze, and bring everything together. Good? So that's one. We're going to get a bonus. We're going to go up, toes on, and feet down, hands down. And now we're just doing it the opposite way. Now this one is going to be more of a challenging push-up, right? Because we're starting to angle, almost working up towards those push-ups on the wall. So with this, feet up. And then we're going to kind of do the same thing, but now it's going to get a little weird because you're going to feel like you're falling forward. So to fix that, we want to squeeze the stomach, point the butt up just a little bit. So instead of being completely flat like a push-up, we're going to point up just a little. This way, now that you can see, my arms are starting to do this a little bit, right? So that way, I'm starting to engage the upper part of the chest more. So leaning in more, and then I'm going to drop down into that push-up. Not letting my back sag when I do it, keeping my back up as much as possible, and then dropping down into it. And that way, I'm getting a little bit more engagement of the upper chest in comparison to doing it on an incline like that. So that's a really good option, third option for the push-up. And kind of a bonus because you can do both. Once you get a little better, you'll start practicing those incline push-ups. And if you need, the lower it is, right, it's going to be a little easier to start bringing it up. All right, so number 4. What I want to work on for number 4 is shoulders. So now we're going to really try to isolate out the shoulders through a push-up. So the way I like to do this is with pike push-ups. It's a good way to work up towards a handstand push-up, because I know you guys are working towards that, or a handstand push-up against the wall. So with these, what we want to do is either on the knees or on the feet. So I'll show you the feet one first. Up here, we're going to bring our body back, kind of like a down dog. I want you to bring your feet together. If you need, you can widen them out for balance. And you're going to drive your butt up and back. So we just want to feel this position out first so that we have an idea of where we want the head to be. So this is the end position. I'm going to end right here after I do one. And then, to start, I'm going to lean up into my toes a little bit, bend my elbows, and bring my head up a little further than I feel is comfortable. So we don't want to be down here, almost above or in between the fingertips on my head, and then pushing back up, head in between the arms, elbows in, same thing again. So now this way, it's almost like I'm doing an overhead press without using the barbell. So we can do that same thing, knees down. It's going to be a little different and funky, but bear with me. So we want to drive the head back, almost like we're rounding the body. And then when we go in to do it, bending the elbows and just bringing the head towards the mat. Now in this version, you're going to see and notice your back is a little round, and that's okay. Keep the stomach nice and tight, and don't jerk the head around too much. You just want it nice and straight, and just reaching the head towards the mat, pushing back up, bringing the head in between the arms again. And that way, once again, back up, getting a lot more of the shoulder engagement. Good, guys? All right, I got another one, plank ups, number 5. So I would say this is my other favorite because we're getting a lot of core, so it's a great way to do it at home and to progress up to doing full push-ups. So what we want to do, we'll start up here. We're in a plank. Now, we're going to drop on down to a forearm plank. And then we're holding tight, and then going back up, and then back down. Now what we can do is either do one side at a time, left, left, or alternate and go to the right. Now what you want to think about doing is don't let your body rock all over the place, right? We want to try that same thing. On the knees, back and forth. Closer the knees are to the hands, the easier this exercise is going to be. I like this one because you're building your way up to doing a full push-up because you're getting those half range of motion push-ups. So, I think those are probably some of the best push-up exercises you can do. You can do those in one full workout at home and you'll feel it the next day for sure, probably a couple days later. So try those out, guys. Let me know how you like them. I think it'll really help you right now at home, and I'll be back with some other stuff that can help you out soon. OrganicallyGrowingMuscle.com, go check it out. I have my online virtual trainer program that I just started, so I'm really excited about it. And you guys can come join the community, even if you're pretty far away and you have just checked this out and haven't been able to. So thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. I'll see you soon.